In today's episode of the Pathmark Presents podcast, I got a very interesting guest here with me today. I'm with Dmytro Semonov, and he's hailing over from the team over at Sonovate. And at Sonovate, basically, they're helping recruitment agencies, consultancies, labor marketplaces, and much more funding their future work. So a lot of businesses out there of all sizes basically use the platform to fund their contingent workforce. So let's really look into that, what that really means, how they're using Sonovate, and also how Dmytro is thinking about growth for the company. So welcome to the show.
Cheers. Nice to meet you, Lucas. Thank you for having me here.
Of course. Yeah, so maybe let people know, what is Sonovate all about?
Yeah, so Sonovate is a fintech company, and we actually help mostly recruitment agencies, but also consultancies to grow faster by unlocking their funds and cash from the invoices. So it's like invoice funding company. Just for example, if a recruitment agency have a big client and this client wants to pay like 30 or 60 or 90 days after they start working, or even after finishing working, Sonovate allows to unlock the cash from this invoice up to 100% in advance to leverage it for marketing or for paying contractors, freelancers, and stuff like that.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Super interesting. And what would be the types of businesses that would benefit the most? What would you say? Who are the guys that are, as a sweet spot customer really for you guys?
Yeah, so recruitment agencies of all sizes, from startups to like enterprises with hundreds of millions of pounds turnover, are our clients. Also, we help consultancies and labor markets. So they have a bit different model, but the main principle is the same.
Okay, cool. And who within those organizations would you say would be the main champion? Like, who is coming in up front and says, we need basically a solution like Sonovate, they're really going to help us to scale our business and our contingent workforce faster? Like, is that like from the HR side? Is that from the sort of operational side, the finance side? Who is bringing it in, or maybe even the tech side?
Yeah, thanks, Lucas. So mostly they are key decision makers in the agencies, like founders or CEOs, COOs, but also the finance guys, CFOs, who make decisions about where do the company get funding and how does it manage its cash flow.
Very good. And now, how do these folks learn about you guys? Like, where do they, find Sonovate? What's the channels that you guys are exploring? Maybe tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we leverage like most of classical channels. We have inbound marketing, outbound marketing, but outbound is mostly like for the sales team. So we have the classical stuff like Google Ads, organic, LinkedIn, but also we like to experiment and leverage the spaghetti principle, when you throw everything at the wall and see what sticks. So now, for example, we are experimenting with AI-generated content, like semi-user generated content, like you guys do with podcasts and user interviews and stuff like that. So actually, yeah, we use different channels to get people to our website, and after that, there is like quite a complex remarketing flow. So dependently on what pages did users like visit our website, we show them different ads. And also, if they, for example, are interested in some of our downloadable content, they get into nurturing emails flow. So yeah, like hitting the every stage of user journey, customer journey is vital, and yeah, we are leveraging this principle.
Very cool. That makes tons of sense. Now, where do you? I mean, I love to ask marketers always, this question, like, where do you, currently see a strengths of the Sonovate website versus where do you see room for improvement when it actually comes to those, funnels and conversions that you were describing of these journeys?
Yeah, so regarding that's a good question. Thank you. Regarding the strengths, I think we have quite a good branding and visual appealing website. That's good because I have worked with a lot of companies, and the most painful moment for me is when you like start working and you see that we need rebranding, and you know how much time that usually takes. Yeah, so that's from one side. Another strength we have is we have quite a good content section. I'm happy with that. But what we are working now what we need to improve, and what we are improving is like the structure of the website. We understand that we need to restructure our header, our sections, to leverage more, this jobs to be done framework, and create like a landing for each job. Yes, so I would say that restructuring is our main focus regarding the website.
Got you. That makes a lot of sense. Now, what have you learned over the years? I mean, because you talked about the conversions now, like what have you learned over the years? It can be with Sonovate, can be with other companies prior, when it comes to driving conversions on the website. Like what is important? Is there any methods, approaches, tools that you're leveraging that you found helpful in that regard?
Yeah, so first, like the major principle, I am the guy of research. I like researchers very much. So when I start working at a new company, for example, I try like to consume all the best practices of the industry, like analyze 30, 40 landing pages of our competitors, and after that, like use the best techniques. So what I learned that I like bring some emotional moments into the website. For example, small animations that like evoke some emotion in a person, that have some joke into it, that like prompt a user to interact with the website. Because I think like every click which user does within your website is precious, because the more user clicks, like it's like a micro investment of the user, and the more user invest, the better would be the outcome. This is like the first principle. So I like to use micro animations and stuff like that to boost the conversion. Also, I think there is such approach as engineering as a marketing, where you build a tool, like a small tool. For example, if you are SEO agency or stuff like that, you can like build a basic tool that allows a person to quickly check, quickly do automated SEO check of his website. For example, HubSpot leverages it, and so provide this value with a small tool and get the lead, and after that, get a person into nurturing flow. So the second principle is to provide value with micro tools that are relevant to your business. This is the second. And there are the things, I'm a big fan of behavioral economy, Daniel Kahneman book, Fast and Slow Thinking and stuff like that. So if we leverage, for example, social proof, some stuff like people looking, illustrations of people or photos of people that are looking directly at your call to action, like sending some unconscious signals that also help to convert people better. So yeah, I try to leverage all principles of behavioral economy. There are quite a lot of articles that if you Google something like behavioral economy for conversion, you could find like 30 or 40 proven methods to boost your conversion. So yeah, you can explore it more.
Awesome. Very cool. I mean, super interesting stuff that you're sort of teasing on here. Super interesting. I mean, it sounds like also like in general, like generating content, AI usage at the moment is obviously at a heat moment in the industry at the very moment. So maybe let's switch gears a little bit and talk about you and your journey, right? I would have some rapid fire questions to get to know you and your journey a little bit better. Are you ready for those?
Yeah.
Cool. So if you could give me the one book that you recently read or that you would recommend most to marketers.
Traction, marketing channels to get in traction for startups, something like that. It's so it is. It's called Traction.
What's the one single thing that your company is focused on the most at the moment?
So people would get paid in time. Like people, our clients of our clients, because we allow to unlock cash.
Makes sense. And if you would have a magic wand, what's the one single thing that you would fix as a marketer today?
I would remove all like very basic SMM, like, you know, generic posts about have a good morning and please buy our product. I hate those actually. Yeah.
Please buy our product. Very good. I like that. That's super interesting. Dmytro, I really appreciate you joining us today for the Passmonk Presents podcast. I want to give you the very last question, right? If today would be your I mean, it's not that long ago, but if today would be your first day at Sonovate, what's the one advice you would give yourself?
Yeah, take more time. Like, don't try to have quick wins, have more strategic wins, something like that.
Thanks a lot for being a guest on Passmonk Presents.
Thank you, Lucas. It was a pleasure.